How I accurately predicted the real estate market trends. I have learned a lot about the real estate market in recent years, and I want to share my insights with you. I accurately predicted the market trends, and I'll explain how and why everything unfolded just as I said it would. This is crucial information for anyone interested in the housing market, especially if you're between the ages of 22 to 30. First, let's address the question of how I made these predictions. I didn't rely on magic or crystal balls. Instead, I analyzed data and looked at the factors affecting the market. And the good news is, you can do it too. It just requires time and effort, but it's worth it. When it comes to the real estate market, I made a few key predictions. I said that month-over-month home prices would decrease due to seasonality and weaker demand. I also said there would be no housing market crash, and that's exactly what happened. It might sound surprising, but it's not when you understand the factors at play. One of the primary reasons for month-over-month price fluctuations is seasonality. June is typically the peak season for home prices, but it can vary. Big institutions often overlook seasonality, but it's a crucial element to consider when analyzing the market. Now, let's talk about why home prices didn't crash. Several factors played a role in this. Seasonality is one, but there's more to it. Home prices are influenced by supply and demand. While it's true that more Americans are struggling due to rising mortgage interest rates and record-low home affordability, there are also fewer sellers. Less demand and fewer sellers are essentially canceling each other out, preventing a significant crash or surge in home prices. You might hear people claiming that home prices are down 20% in their area, suggesting a housing market crash. But here's the deal, national averages and median home prices tell a different story. If prices are down in one area, they're up in another. It's all about perspective and understanding the bigger picture. Now, let's delve into some data. Currently, there are 1.51 million homes listed for sale in the U.S. This number is slightly down month-over-month and year-over-year. The 15.8% decrease in the number of homes for sale indicates fewer sellers in the market. So, if you were hoping for a housing market crash, you'd need a flood of sellers, which isn't happening. Less demand is countered by less supply, keeping home prices relatively stable. Another important factor is the percentage of homes selling above the list price. Currently, 33.3% of homes are selling above the list price, which is still elevated compared to pre-pandemic levels. This indicates ongoing competition among buyers, which influences price trends. Mortgage interest rates are a major driver of the real estate market. The average 30-year fixed mortgage rate is currently around 8%, thanks to the Federal Reserve's actions. The Fed's policies have led to higher home prices and interest rates. For those rooting for a housing market crash due to affordability issues, it's essential to understand the impact of interest rates. The 30-year fixed rate is typically about 2% higher than the 10-year Treasury yield. Currently, it's about 3% higher, which is on the high end of the range. This means that even if the 10-year yield drops to 3%, mortgage rates will still be in the 5 to 6% range. To see rates go down significantly, the 10-year yield would need to drop to around 3%, which is quite challenging. The Federal Reserve's role in this can't be overstated. Their decision to stop buying government bonds has led to higher yields and, in turn, higher mortgage rates. When rates are high, demand for homes decreases, which puts downward pressure on prices. So, let's address the when of this situation. When the Federal Reserve starts cutting the Fed funds interest rates and buying government bonds again, it will skyrocket home prices. If the 10-year yield drops to around 3%, it will trigger a feeding frenzy among buyers. Homeowners will see the value of their properties increase, but if you don't own a home, it will make homeownership even more elusive. Now, you might wonder who made these incorrect predictions. I won't name names, but big institutions like Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley have been off the mark when it comes to forecasting the housing market. Their predictions that home prices will continue to rise might not align with the reality on the ground. As for expert predictions, I've got a bit of a bone to pick with them. I'm not interested in wasting your time with their forecasts, especially when they've been consistently wrong. So, I'm here to give you the real scoop and save you the time and frustration. In conclusion, I've been right about the housing market for the past 2 years, and I was the underdog in this scenario. If you want to know my prediction for the winter season, it's simple. Home prices will trend down due to seasonality, a weakening consumer, and higher interest rates. Now, I'm working on videos about midterm and long-term solutions to the challenges we're facing in the housing market. The Federal Reserve's role in all of this cannot be ignored, and there are changes needed to address the situation. So, please subscribe to stay updated on the latest developments. Leave a comment below to share your thoughts and questions. Your input is valuable as we navigate these complex issues and look for solutions together. Disclaimer: the information provided here is based on the author's analysis and opinions. Real estate market conditions can vary by region, and it's essential to conduct your research and seek professional advice before making any real estate-related decisions.